Hey, so what's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel, your girl Natasha Nisha. So on this one, I'll be unpacking CryptoFest 2024. So this is a South African crypto festival. It's the sixth one that has been held, and I was lucky, surprised also to go win some tickets. So yeah, so this was my lanyard of the day. So basically, if you don't know, I follow Binance on Facebook, and then I follow as well Binance Southern Africa. So I saw a competition the other day whereby you could win 2 tickets to Crypto Fest, and basically you just had to answer as to why should we choose you. So I answered, and surprisingly, yes, I won the 2 tickets. So this crypto quest was held on Friday, the 11th of October, just now the weekend passed, and it was held at the DHL Stadium, also known as the Cape Town Stadium or the Greenpoint Stadium to the locals. And yeah, so the time there was from 9 to 5:30, and it was such a vibe. I had such a great time, and that's what I'll be unpacking in this video, and a little bit about what I learned there. And so yeah, I didn't take any notes on the day, but this is just like some things that stuck with me from the whole event. So let's get it. I'll be unpacking so some of the topics that they discussed there, or like AI and blockchain. They discussed arbitrage. They discussed cryptocurrency payments. And basically, this is like, what are some of the challenges currently faced to these topics, and also like what is the innovation in the space to address some of the challenges, and all this basically toward mass adoption in the space in the African continent. So yeah, it was AI and blockchain that was discussed. We discussed arbitrage. We discussed cryptocurrency payments. They discussed the tax implications of cryptocurrency. Um, they discussed staking, NFTs, your stable coins, and a local stable coin as well. They discussed the venture capital space in regard to cryptocurrency. And yeah, so I'll be unpacking some of these, just a little bit of what I got from all of this. But before I go there, I'm just gonna shout out some of the representatives, some of the sponsors as well for this event. It's sponsored by Bitcoin Events .za or Bitcoin Events ZA, and yeah, so it's also, we had BitGet, who was a sponsor there as well. And in some of the representatives from the space, we had Binance, reps from Binance, we had reps from Luno, Valor, Shiftly, Ada Weave, Ada Cordano Weave, Ada Weave. Shout out to the work that Charles Hoskins Cordano Ada is doing on the African continent. We had also our guys from Allcoin Trader. That is a local cryptocurrency exchange. The founder there, Richard De Souza, was present himself. We had somebody from Linum Labs. That is a local cryptocurrency business, and Future Forex guys from Future Forex there as well. And apologies to whoever I'm forgetting, but yeah, so was so much value at this event. And shout out to Allcoin Trader, because like every 20 minutes or so they were giving out crypto to the value of 750 rand, all sponsored by Allcoin Trader. To anybody, they would give you an address, and you could enter there, and if your name was chosen, you would get 750 rands worth of cryptocurrency. You just have to then give your wallet address to your Altcoin Trader account. And so, yeah, that also, no, I didn't um, enter for whatever reasons. But otherwise, let's unpack. So they spoke about AI and blockchain, and what I got from that discussion was a shout out to the females in the space as well. There was a lady who was speaking on that, and I just had like a mind blow. Your mind go when she was speaking, and then I just thought of like she said like how um AI powering blockchain can make for seamless adoptions and actually help in regard to attracting the masses and leading to widespread adoption in this space. And I know for me personally, like it's really tricky and it's also quite hard, to making some of these transactions. Sometimes you need to maybe change or go between networks, or sometimes the feedback as to whether your transactions gone through wasn't so immediately reflected, as was the case with me. Like when I bought my NFTs, I just meant to buy one through OpenSea, and each time I clicked, I didn't see it reflecting immediately that I own or something. So then I will try again, and like I'm meant to buy one. I ended up buying 4 different ones because they were all so nice. Anyways, I don't know. Let me try on another one and see, and also when you're a newbie in the space, like with my ETH at the time, I couldn't even really judge the value as it's now going down, kind of a thing. So there's so many challenges as a newbie in the space in regard to you doing transactions. So if AI comes in and does all the hard work, and then it's just for you to maybe click and buy or click and pay or scan and pay, etc., then it makes it so much seamless. And then like everybody is able now to get into the space. So there's that. And yeah, so another thing they discussed there is also before I move on to the next one, also like with the AI help can help for the accuracy. I think you saw in the other video where I mentioned that I forgot to put in the XRP tag. So it's so easy for us humans, especially as a newbie, to make a mistake, like maybe you put in a wrong wallet address or whatever the case may be. And then crypto was lost forever many a times is the case, So there is that. So if AI can come in and do all that hard work, there's the accuracy and there's just the seamlessness of transactions. So now that's my first point done, AI blockchain. So we move on to the second one. They spoke about the on-chain analytics, and how a little bit about that, explaining it to the audience basically. So we know like how it's the online analytics that basically checks the market and the movement in the market, like how we can tell that a whale was in the market now and they bought up this or they dumped a certain token, and we know what the implications for that token, what like does it mean. And it's important to know the on-chain analytics because you don't want to be left holding a dump bag, because then the price tanks and you at a loss, kind of a thing. And like how cryptocurrency works also, it's like the psychology, all to do with supply and demand in the space. And so yeah, so on-chain analytics can help you just like in the real time know the movements of a certain coin as a result of the larger market movement. So there's that on-chain analytics. They also explained a little bit about the venture capital space in Africa, unpacked where we at, what's the growth been like over the last few years, and what is the market range, or like financially, like what's the market, like the range financially in regard to the venture capitals, what are they most likely to spend or spending on certain startups in the crypto space, and then also some of what of the challenges in the VC space, etc. So basically, what I got to say is that if you are a venture capital startup, if you are a startup in the crypto space looking for a VC to, support your project, just continue on doing the work, iterate, get better, and do the work instead of just having a whole lot to say and big future goals. Just do the thing. So yeah, there's that. So also, they unpacked a little bit about arbitrage. What is arbitrage? Now, I have never tried arbitrage yet. Was always interested in a little bit more, but like basically, what is arbitrage? Arbitrage is whereby you take advantage of the difference in price of a coin, a token. Sometimes a certain coin can be maybe at a different exchange, a local exchange or international exchange, at a different price. So you buy it where it's lower and sell it where it's higher and take advantage of that price difference. But also there's things to look out for. Some of the challenges that can come in to the whole arbitrage is that the coins price constantly fluctuates. And then also doing this arbitrage is fees. There'll be tons of fees, buying, change, the fees most if you bought crypto. Yeah, so and then you have to move it from one exchange to the next, the fees, whether you're going to change the coin again from that, to another coin. So there's tons of fees involved. And so there's tons of challenges as a result with arbitrage, but there are benefits as well. So there we had reps from Shiftly and Valor. Shout out to both companies, and they just informed us as to how these companies can be a hedge to protect you and also like protect you against like the price fluctuations, and how they've really gone all out to make it a win-win situation. So you will get the benefits of the arbitrage and whatever value they can add as well, and them as a company can also win, So yeah, that's some of what I gathered from what those guys were saying. They also spoke about cryptocurrency payments in the space and how with cryptocurrency payments is new market developments now that can cut down or reduce implementation. That can basically help in regard to speed. The new market developments in the crypto payment space, they can help in regard to speed. So in a shorter time, you can see that crypto in your wallet, or that money in your wallet, or that money in your bank, compared to the past. So yeah, they spoke a little bit about that. And then also they spoke about the tax implications. We had a CPA there, and he also advised that it's wise to go in before they actually come to you, for tax. It's wise for you to go in before and just be open and say, look, disclose, this is this, and that is that, and then you're able to even back pay whatever, whereas it's not so much more in your favor if they should come to you. So he spoke about some of the breakdowns and the times you will pay tax. So basically, if you buy a coin, probably there is that first bit of fees that you pay, but then also you'll be taxed on it. But then if you just continue to hold that coin, the original purchase coin in your wallet, then that is the only time you'll be taxed. But if you're going to convert that coin to another, if you're going to maybe make a purchase with that coin, or if you're going to maybe stake that coin and earn rewards on that coin, so those are some of the times that you will be taxed, additionally to your cryptocurrency. So yeah, then he also spoke about the staking in the space. Now, you can do staking on your own, or you can do it through an exchange. I tried it on my own. with your Roy wallet. I think there's also Exodus wallet that you can do it on your own, but then there's tons of risk also that come with it, you know, like if you lose your keys, etc., etc. But either ways, yeah, there's like, I know Allcoin Trader now offers staking, Luna offers staking, Binance offers staking. So yeah, there's tons of options available, and why it is wise to actually stake your coins. It's a form of passive income. Instead of having your coins just sit in your wallet, let them work for you, you know. And Richard de Souza there, the founder of Allcoin Trader, mentioned how Albert Einstein was the one to say that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. So there was that. And then also, yeah, with the staking, you know, some of the challenges, yeah, I did say if you lose your keys. And if you make any mistakes or what have you, it's maybe more easier to be hacked, you know, through these other wallets or so if you do it on your own. Either ways, it's safer through an exchange and like hassle free, I would say, is what I gathered what they were saying there. And then they also unpacked a little bit about the NFT space and how NFTs is not just a JPEG, you know, it's actually a digital asset. And there's a little bit about the future of NFTs. And the speaker that we had there, she was in like from the time of crypto kitties, you know, and yeah, so she's kind of a diehard NFT female as well. It's something about NFTs and us ladies that love NFTs. Otherwise, so yeah, we were speaking about also like what are the real life use cases for cryptocurrencies as well as NFTs and all that. But NFTs is an NFT art where now you can purchase artworks, like really expensive artworks, and then you just own a piece of it. It's fragmented, and yeah, so that is one of the real life use cases of NFTs. But I know also it said you know, to disrupt and innovate the music industry as well, NFTs, you know, going forward. So there's so much there. It wasn't said at the event, but what I know personally, you know, yeah, so they also spoke about stable coins and what is it with US dollar that like on one side, everyone loves the US dollar and relies and trusts in the US dollar. And then there's like the USDT, the USDC, US dollar tether, US dollar coin, you know, and then like how it wouldn't be wise to have crypto now make us become dollarized, because also on the other side, there's so many challenges also with the US dollar itself. You know, it's currently the world reserve currency, but there's so much also, so many countries and are wanting to, you know, like do their own thing. So there's so much challenges with that. And so basically we spoke about our own local stable coin, you know, like, and I know that Allcoin Trader, they have XZA coin, ZOR, as in South African Rand coin, which will be wiser to use instead of the US dollar, USDT or USDC, and it can help probably with our economy, our GDP, I would like to believe, because I'm thinking that it is back to peg to our local South African Rand is kind of how I understand it. But either ways, yeah, either ways, it will put South Africa on the map, you know, if we have our own local stable coin. And then it will be easier for transactions and transaction fees also. And there's tons of other benefits of having a local stable coin, or even just keeping your money in stable coins is, you know, like, yeah, what is more that I want to learn a little bit more of also. So there's that for that. They also spoke about copy trading, you know, like what is copy trading? So basically these are whereby in an exchange they will offer you the option to copy the trades of, now these are of professional traders, like, and you can maybe copy his trades, so that will help you have less risk. But I'm not a fan of copy trading personally. I like to do my own thing, then I'm responsible for my loss. And then I learn. I'm just like independent like that. But it is a good option for somebody who's a newbie maybe, and just to learn the flow of the trade from professional traders, I would guess. So there's tons of exchanges that offer copy trading. Then they also spoke about cryptocurrency loans. What are cryptocurrency loans? Basically, what I gathered from what they were saying there is that, like, basically whereby you put something up as collateral, and in the difference between the traditional loans, whereby these are not even in your favor, and you can lose what you put up for collateral in the traditional loan. But whereas in the case of these cryptocurrency loans, it's open. You choose your terms and your payback terms as well, and what you will put up for collateral. And it may even in the case you never ever have to pay back if you meet these terms, so that's just a little bit of what I understood, and how I guess it is an improvement. I see that. So it's an improvement of the old way in regard to loans. And then they also spoke of the institutions and the institutional money, and how we're at a place now where the institutions want to get into crypto. But the difference with the institutions is that, like me and you, if we should get into the space, this is our own personal money. But these large institutions are trading on behalf of a client. Now, these institutions are the likes of your BlackRocks, your ARK Invest, your JP Morgans, your Fidelities, and what have you. Now, these institutions want to get into the space, and they trade with a client's money. So when institutions basically enter the space, they bring regulation to the space, and because they need to be regulated, working with somebody else's money is kind of a thing. So there's that also. But what I know is that also, if these institutions come into the space, then it helps with mass adoption for cryptocurrency, So before I close, I just want to say a little bit more about this whole mass adoption to the CBDCs. I shouldn't forget that. So yeah, and sitting there at the conference, and just being able to keep up with all the various discussions that were had, I looked out. I looked like such a crypto enthusiast, and it was super crazy to me. Like, when did I become this person, kind of a thing? Other ways, all I'm gonna say to that is that I didn't choose crypto. Cryptocurrency chose me. So just gonna unpack a little bit more about that in the end. So you know what I saw on Binance's Facebook page? So Binance said, what is one word that comes to mind when you think of cryptocurrency? So I answered technology. And then I was just looking again at all the other people's comments, so I just want to share some of them because they were like so fun either way. I had somebody's comment there, Satoshi. Somebody else commented Nakamoto. Somebody else commented freedom, future, risk, money, with me, investment. So these are some of the things to know about cryptocurrency. So basically, cryptocurrency came about because of some of the trust issues in relation to the banks, the central bank, the Reserve Bank. Because we know that the banks now had like total power, all the power, and we know that in all cases, total power corrupts totally, and that is the case, and what we see with the banks. So Those are some of the challenges that people were faced with, and also the ownership issue of your money, like under the, the old financial system, you know. So crypto came in to put the power back in your hands, the power of your future, your financial future, your money, put the power in your hands as to the decision making in relation to your finances, you know. And yeah, so either ways, back to my notes, I have here that in Pick and Pay, which is a local grocer slash retailer, one of our largest also, you know, has been offering cryptocurrency payments in store, but there's many more now. So I read on Luno's Facebook page that Luno is a local cryptocurrency exchange where they say South Africa can buy goods with cryptocurrency at over 30,000 plus merchants. So I wasn't aware of that, but otherwise Luno Pay is now partnered with Zapper for purchases now at other stores, namely Kauai, Spur, Diskim, Mug and Bean. So this is where they offer you a scan and pay option. So this is like so much easier, faster as well, and zero fees is something to know. And then in other news, I saw Cardano Ada's recent Chang hard fork is a significant milestone for the network. It's an upgrade and it's transformative, and they are like, it can lead to decentralized governance is something I just recently learned. And other news in cryptocurrency, Bitwise is a digital asset management firm. So they have filed the first ever spot XRP ETF, exchange traded fund, with the SEC, and this is bullish for the coin XRP Ripple. And yeah, so the SEC, there is the US Securities and Exchange Commission. So there's that. And then if I just go back to my notes again, yeah, so basically the solution to mass adoption, what I learned from this event is that it's to target the small to medium enterprises, the businesses, you know, because businesses are having tons of challenges, you know, when they want to expand and when they have customers at various places. Like if you maybe a business here in Africa, in South Africa, and you want to expand to Africa, and each country on the African continent has its own different currency. So how do you do it? What is the time between you now receiving your money and then like some of the fees and some of the hassle of having to change that currency for you or your customer? You know, so those are some of the challenges that are currently facing small to medium enterprise owners, business owners. And then Bitcoin has solutions for this. Bitcoin is a solution to this. Yeah, that can help you, you know, grow and receive your money like sooner, etc., etc. So this is also a solution to mass adoption for cryptocurrency as well. If you now address these issues and be a solution to the current issues facing. And then also, like, they spoke about some of the real life use cases of cryptocurrency. It's fairly windy, super windy. I think this is the windy season now here in Cape Town. So I just pray that the wind doesn't distort my voice to this one. But either ways, we spoke also about real life use cases, and we have guys here, you know, like who are empowering the youth, like teaching them a skill, surfing, and whereby they pay them for attendance each time in cryptocurrency that they can use to feed the family and help back at home, kind of a thing, you know. So there's tons of little developments locally here in Africa, on the continent, even in South Africa, which are giving real life use cases, solutions, you know, which are found like now with cryptocurrency. And yeah, so also I just wanna, I don't know why, but either ways I'm just gonna mention it, that the negative issue at the event. I had some of these murmurers, some people who were hating, you know. You know how I like to talk about my monitoring spirits. There were some of them there at the function, really pissed me off. But either ways, I never made a scene. But I was moved to tears. But either ways, I didn't let it spoil the whole event for anybody. Definitely not for me, and definitely not for, you know, the other guys. I just soldiered on. I was moved to tears because in a public space, you know, I didn't expect it, and that's where I you know, was sleeping, because I should always expect this when I go out, and I don't always. And yeah, so there was some of that negativity and that jealousy and that murmuring, you know, as you know, from the monitoring spirits even there. And yeah, but either ways, you know, I dealt with it um, really well. I was moved to tears, as I said, I cried, but I didn't let it steal my joy. And just, yeah, the event went off still. Was really a great event. But also, I just want to mention, you know, like this whole thing with cryptocurrency, and I just want to say that, you know, I didn't choose cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency chose me. And I just want to say that also in relation to cryptocurrency is started out initially by Satoshi Nakamoto, and he um, designed, created Bitcoin for a positive purpose, like the in case, you know, like to help us maintain and keep the purchasing power of our dollars, because as a result, with this trust issue that we were facing from the bank, you know, they were becoming corrupt, as in their management of the money. And you know, like the ordinary person was now losing in relation to their pension fund, and basically being robbed, and what have you. So Bitcoin came in as a solution to this, to protect the purchasing power of our money, you know. And then as we go in forward now, and as these institutions now have entered the space, you know, or wanting to enter the space in with the ETFs, exchange traded funds, whereby they can now you know, offer it, manage for their clients. Then this brings in regulation, and this brings in more the government into the space, which was not the case originally, is what I like to understand. When Satoshi did it, it was a free thing where it was a peer-to-peer, you know. There was no in between, there was no need for a third party to go through anybody. And now as these institutions get in, it kind of changes the game. And so then that's also a way by in which a bit of a negative or the evil, like we know what the central banks and the reserve banks have been doing with the power. So now they come in the space, they're not willing to change their behavior. So that brings a bit of a shade into the whole crypto space. I see going forward, I don't know, because it's early days and we still have power in how kind of it plays out, and to use our voice before anything, you know, because it's still early. But either ways, there's that. I just thought that's what I wanted to mention as well, because people are like, you know, like your faith in cryptocurrency. So there are tons of benefits for cryptocurrency. And yeah, as I said in the last one too, it's not the thing, it's how it's used. Is it used to protect and uphold our rights, or is it used to enslave men and chain men and trap men? Then it becomes evil, kind of a thing. So there's both sides of it. So this is all me unpacking and explaining my experience at the 6th cryptofest 2024. It's a local South African event, um, sponsored by Bitcoin Events ZA, at BlockchainZA, and cryptofest.co.za, which was lit. And that's over this one. You're going to Tasha Nisha, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.